Welcome back to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex and today we're taking a look at deals coming in under $10 or your local currency. We're wrapping up what was a huge winter sale and hopefully the new year has plenty more to come. So with that, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family and let's get started. It's going to be quickfire then, 20 games for you all today, and just know if you see January 1st as the end date, that means in the UK, EU and AU, you gotta be quick. We'll also then talk about the OLED giveaway here shortly in the video. A massive thank you then as well to all of you. We just hit 35,000 subscribers, something I never thought we would do, so thank you all so much. It is just crazy stuff. First up then, West of Dead. This one, it's a roguelite with twin stick shooting and cover mechanics. Now at launch I know a few people had issues, nothing like that for me, but I really did enjoy it. It's a unique spin on the genre, throwing you into the town of Purgatory and you will be playing as Deadman William Mason, who definitely resembles Ghost Rider. Get to the bottom of this mystery or death, kill a ton of enemies and bosses and master the skills required to survive. What elevates it then? Voice acting in the lead by Ron Perlman. It's a new low price, 50% off. While I'm on Western themes then, West of Loathing is fantastic, an adventure RPG about leaving home and seeking riches. The visuals are so simplistic but they pack a ton of charm. They really work with the slapstick sense of humour they went for. Gameplay wise, turn-based combat and open world to explore, customisables and collectibles. Of course then think like quests, puzzles and characters to meet. A new low price, 45% off. Another more unusual RPG then, Cat Quest 2 is well worth your time. The first was a surprise hit. This entry cemented them as a team that knows what they are doing. An open world action RPG this one, so there's no turn-based combat, and it's a story of a cat and dog king coming together to reclaim their thrones when disaster strikes. It has this beautiful isometric visual style though, and it's a good entry point into the genre as well. You can even play 2-player, which is a nice touch, and expect here spells, weapons, collectibles, just all sorts. It's a new low price, 60% off. Down in Bermuda then was a surprise hit for me, and you'll find my review linked below in the pinned comment. It's a puzzle game though that transitioned from Apple Arcade, and I thought honestly they just did a great job. Story wise, you crash landed in the Bermuda Triangle, and after years of being trapped you decide now it's time to escape. It's a whole lot of environmental puzzles, but I enjoyed it and it makes very good use of the touchscreen, things like find the missing object. A new low price then, 90% off. What the Golf then is another fantastic puzzle game on offer with a new low price of 60% off. Even if you don't like puzzle games, in fact, it's kind of got this weird sense of humour where I would recommend it to fans of experiences, think like Donut County as well. Face so increasingly strange mini golf challenges and don't expect it to be normal. You'll rarely be hitting a golf ball. I liked it so much I grabbed the physical release as well. Just a reminder then, this is your 5th and final chance to enter the Nintendo Switch OLED giveaway. You can enter on the previous 4 videos as well, those are all in the pinned comment down below. All you need to do though, drop a comment on this video, that's simple, and the winner they'll be announced this Saturday, January 1st. All of the deals are still live as well, so they should be a decent watch to pick up deals before they expire. Evergate then is a fantastic game that didn't get enough love at launch. It started at like $20, it got a permanent price drop to $10, now it's a new low price of 40% off that, and it's time to show this game some love. If you like Twitch platformers, this is absolutely one for you. Puzzle platforming though, it's easier than some in the genre, and the idea you'll be leveraging a soul flame to gain powers like slowing down time or propelling yourself. The story, it's a journey through the afterlife, and the visuals here are stunning. The soundtrack as well, actually, that is special as well. Want some stealth gameplay then? Check out Aragami Shadow Edition. It's not perfect, know that you will face some frame rate issues here and there, but it does enough to overcome them, throwing you into what is a great 3D world. It includes though an extra story campaign and all content for Aragami up to this point, and the story here, you are a spirit summoned by a girl who is imprisoned. You have the power though to control shadows, whether that's teleportation, maybe invisibility, or even generating weapons. It's a nice selection of weapons as well to round it all out, and it's a new low price of 70% off. Oddworld, new and tasty then, and we spoke to Stranger's Wrath last week. This is for those that want a more traditional side-scrolling experience. It's a platformer with a whole lot of puzzles in there. It's a great 2.5D style as well, and Abe's just a classic character at this point. Set out though and save everyone from basically being turned into snacks. It's a game though with a pretty dark story and sense of humour, but this is a classic of an entry. It's going to be well worth your time, and it's a new low price of 75% off. Demon's Tilt then is one I speak to quite a bit, but it's so unique, a pinball game that blends in elements of shmup gameplay and even hack and slash. It's had an update recently to kind of tidy things up, but it's a multi-tiered table, and yeah, outside of the usual, high score chasing, you can expect things like boss encounters, a magic system you'll be converting gold, extra modes, and it's even got this great gothic retro look to it. What surprised me though then, the soundtrack, expected kind of metal, something almost Doom-esque. Instead, we're getting something that I'd consider more like synthwave-esque. Watch a full review though here, make sure it's going to be one for you, but a fantastic price, and a new low one of 60% off. Gunner 2 then, first off, incredibly challenging. Want to give that warning immediately, but it's a procedurally generated platformer with roguelike elements. Think here run and gun shooting, but it's got this incredibly smooth movement to the gameplay, and it destroyed me more than a few times as it fills the screen with enemies. From here then, expect things like upgrades, new weapons and new heads. These heads are basically perks, like there's a head that lets you dash or one that gains extra health. It's a new low price of 70% off, and if you want to try the original first, that's also on sale right now for a couple of bucks. Islanders then was a stealth drop at a direct. I picked it up, was going to cover it on the channel, never managed to get around to it unfortunately. This one though, it's a relaxed, minimalistic strategy game simply set around building cities on these small islands. The idea: start small, build up to something big with cities and different landscapes. Not a huge amount to it honestly, bite-sized stuff not only in its world but in its kind of runtime, maybe a couple of hours or so, but you can come back, and I have personally. It's a new low price then, 20% off. Not huge, I know, but it was budget to begin with. Just quickly then, my personal pickups of the week, meaning I can't recommend them, but maybe you want to join me for the ride. I'm actually grabbing two games from the same series. That's the Dark Eye Chains of Satinath, and then also the Dark Eye Memoria. They are a huge 90% off right now, and they are point and click adventures. I'm just a huge fan of the genre, and you cannot mock the price. They're fantasy based, and my understanding, you're out to save the kingdom. This price though, an absolute steal. World of Goo then is a gem of a puzzle game, and it showed up on my top 20 puzzle list just a week back. I've linked that in the pinned comment down below alongside all the other lists from this last week, so think Chill Games, Racers, and even a few others. This is considered a classic though now. It's a physics-based construction game. Bridge Constructor would definitely be a fair comparison, but here you are using globs of goo to kind of construct these different structures. Refuse, you won't find a bad word against it, and we don't see a sale all that often, or at least we don't see a new low price all that often, so consider it here with 75% off. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons then is genius. It comes from the creators of the recent hit It Takes Two, and the idea: guide two brothers on a fairy tale journey. And as is his style, this story, it is pretty heavy hitting on the emotional front. What made it special originally was you controlled both brothers at the same time as a single player. Now this Switch build though, it introduced a two-player co-op as well. I'd definitely suggest play it both ways. Controlling both in single player was actually pretty challenging, and you'll be facing all sorts of puzzles. A new low price then, 80% off. Alright, so Guacamelee and Guacamelee 2 both get new low prices. The first 80% off, and here you are out to save the President's Daughter. The second, the Mexi first, but the Mexican inspired design is absolutely stunning, and that one is 75% off. The animation, it's some of the strongest out there though, in the combat, it's about as good as it gets. They are absolutely both must-play titles. Throw in the fact though, both entries then pack up to 4 players, drop in and drop out gameplay, tons of boss moments and locations to explore, and these should be experienced by absolutely everyone. I cannot recommend them enough. Into the final 3 games then, starting with Lucah, Born of a Dream, and this one, it easily has the most unique visual style on today's list, and it won't be for everyone. It's messy, almost scratchy and hand-drawn, but do not let that deceive you. Not only is it a challenging game, but it's got a solid story as well. The idea: basically travel across a hell-like realm and take on inner demons that have materialized as nightmares. It's hack and slash gameplay, and the style, the music, that story, it all comes together and absolutely just kind of makes sense if anything. It's a new low price then, 70% off. Our penultimate game of the video then, Observer, and this is for the sci-fi fans out there, particularly if you enjoy a good horror edge to your stories. a first-person adventure. You find yourself in a cyberpunk-like world. You go to check in with your son, but he is missing. Now you need to figure out what has happened. You're a detective of sorts, so you can invade people's minds, see their last moments, and they are really some creepy little moments in there. It's just dark stuff, if anything. I've played it a couple of times as well because it got a next-gen upgrade, and honestly, it lost none of its edge second time around, so I do feel like there's definitely replayability there. I definitely learnt a few more things. Looks great on the Switch as well, and it's rocking a new low price, 80% off. So our final game of the video then, the mighty Dicey Dungeons, a game everyone should be checking out, and now we get another new low price, 80% off. The visuals first off stunning, you'll get that Cuphead kind of vibe with this one, but it's the gameplay where it is at, a deck building roguelike. Any genre fan, you should absolutely buy it immediately. The idea take down Lady Luck. It's not an easy game, but it's also not the hardest, so I'd also say it's a good entry point to the genre. It's all about mastering that deck and dice. Learn as you go though, and then experiment with the 6 contained characters. They each have a unique class and set of abilities. It's quality stuff with a ton of charm, and it's well worth that cash. And that's another week down. Remember then to drop a comment down below for your chance to win that white OLED Nintendo Switch. The winner they'll be announced on Saturday. I intend to have that video out right around 12 PM PST to get to as many of you as possible in one go. I really do wish I could give away more. I know it will only be one person who's going to be lucky enough to win, but I just want to quickly shout out, I appreciate all of the support you've been showing the channel recently. It means a whole lot. With that then, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.